We are on a journey to read and possibly understand the most popular sacred texts of all time. We're going to talk about these texts openly and honestly. If these books are important to you, that might hurt your feelings. That is not our intention, and we appreciate you watching and listening to our slow descent into madness.
So bad. Why?
It's an old book. Very. This is like one of the old books.
Yes.
It's like it's in the book. That's not in the fucking book.
Except for the phrase, this is all getting edited out. I'm just going to put that after the intro, so it just makes no sense. Love it.
Good. That's how you keep an audience. It's just by alienating them off the top.
Have you seen this show?
No. Yeah.
It's that. It's that thing you just described.
Oh.
Yeah. Leviticus. Rules.
We're here now.
We're here now.
Well,
I'm so excited to tell you about some of the stuff in this book.
I'm so excited to not. I'm no longer excited to get to new books in the Bible.
Makes sense to me.
I'm excited to be out of the books that we're in.
Yeah.
So like last time I celebrated being in Exodus, I was fucking stoked.
I know you were. You learned that was a mistake.
That was a huge mistake. I'm learning things now. I'm picking up. I'm being quick. I'm adapting.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy to be in Leviticus. Man, so excited to be out of Exodus. Exodus is gone.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Exodus. We're moving on. Not to bigger or better things, just to different things that aren't you.
So this book of the Bible starts by telling you about different kinds of sacrifices.
Okay.
We're really not going to get into it because honestly, it's the whole thing of sanctifying the priests. Like crazy detail that we don't need.
Really?
For a sin offering, you take a bull, you cut it in half, you take the organs, you put it on this side of the altar, you rub the blood on this side of the altar, and then you do it. It's just that for 5 chapters.
It's weird that that's Judaism.
Yeah.
It's just weird to think. Imagine if that's what people did today.
Because this is...
You have a chart?
It's an offerings and sacrifices chart.
It is.
Yeah. So there's a burnt offering, a grain offering, a fellowship offering, a sin offering, and a guilt offering.
Could you like put that could you put that like picture up? Like,
Yeah, you can do that.
That'd be cool so people could see.
All of those things are what they sound like.
Like so a burnt offering is
It's an offering you burn.
Okay.
Yeah. A grain offering is an offering of grain. A fellowship or peace offering, that one's actually, let's see. It's basically fellowship between God and the people. It's like a bond type thing. Deal.
Okay.
The sin offering is to atone for sins. And the guilt offering is it says to atone for violating the Lord's holy things or the property of others in the community. A lot of this book, specifically Leviticus, not the Bible, but this book, is concerned with 2 different statuses. Clean and unclean.
Okay.
Holy and unholy. And those have really like...
Are they different?
Yes.
So clean is different from holy?
Yes.
Unclean is different from unholy?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Clean and unclean tend to have negative connotations, especially because some of the words in this book are words like defile. It's not meant to be that extreme. This entire book is municipal codes.
Okay.
It's literally just like, if there's blood involved in something, that thing is unclean until you clean it. Like, it's literally that simple, but they factor in a priest and a creator, so it just seems more grandiose than it really is. But when it's clean or unclean, it's literally just this thing is not clean.
I've been thinking, like this is a weird side tangent, but I want to, it's actually kind of related. So the word defile, but it's not supposed to be that intense.
Right.
I've been thinking about a lot about translations recently and how the best way to translate something from a text to a different text to get other people to understand it is like just the easiest way, Spanish to English. You want to translate something from Spanish to English. You have to use the most, maybe not the best words, maybe not the most emotionally, like not the most...
Sure.
Like not vernacular. You don't use vernacular.
Right.
You use
technically
correct words. The ones that are like gonna get the point across. Where like the Bible has a lot of things like we joked about Adam like fucking every animal, but like because of the way the sentence was structured, it's something that we could construe. It's a bit of a stretch, obviously, for comedic effect, but that's the whole point.
Right.
Is like so when you're writing things down, translating it from Spanish to English, you're supposed to use words like defile.
Right.
That way people can't twist it around and be like, oh, do they mean something else? Do
Right.
they mean like
No,
like
this is
tainted? Like do they? Because then you can make the taint joke, and it's like but defile is just like so it's that's
done.
just something I've been thinking about.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. It's kind of interesting. Like, it's interesting too with the translations of this because like you'll read sentences like we just went over last episode. The fact that so many of these things are repeats.
Yeah.
And you reread it, and there's just small tweaks, and it's very weird that like it just gives you another chance to be like, well, this time it didn't say defile; it said make unclean, so that's different. It's very weird.
Right.
The reason I brought up this chart, number one, it covers pretty much the first 5 chapters of the book.
Oh, cool.
Or of Leviticus.
Just all the rules and stuff, right? Like all the sacrifices.
So just perfect example. It breaks everything down. The reason I brought it up is because one of the columns here is blood manipulation. That's just fantastic.
Okay.
Because for different sacrifices, they're supposed to do different stuff. So for
Right.
certain ones, you put it on the column of the altar. For other ones, you put it in a pot off to the side. Like, there's steps for every single part of the animal.
Okay.
But the reason I brought this up is just like, I'll put this up on the screen for real, but this is the first 5 chapters of the Bible.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry, of Leviticus.
Of the
That's it.
Bible.
And then
The Bible starts in Leviticus. We're scholars now. You got to listen to what we say because we know everything about the Bible.
it also tells you which portion, like in different sacrifices, different portions of the sacrifice are to be eaten by the priests. But they're like required, like they cook it. They don't have to eat it raw, but like
It's still
they're
weird.
like
yeah.
required
It's
to do it.
unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like, oh, you can have this if you want. It's like part of the sacrifice is the priest eating this.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's very strange. Chapter 6 is God saying everything a second time, but it's preceded by tell Aaron.
So it does the repeating thing again, like immediately. All right.
Yeah. Chapter 7 is more repetition. Chapter 8 is the repeating of the anointing of Aaron and his sons.
I don't like how much repetition's going on.
Chapter 9 informs us in excruciating detail that Aaron did all the things that had just been described.
Good.
Verse 24 of chapter 9. Fire comes out from the presence of the Lord, which I'm assuming is like the cloud that hides in the tent.
We're already on chapter 9.
Yeah, no, we're burning through this one today.
Is this all going to be the whole book of Leviticus? Is it going to be just real fucking
there's
quick?
a lot of fun stuff we're about to get to.
Well, okay.
Verse 24, fire came out of the presence of the Lord, consumed the burnt offering and the fat portions on the altar. When the people saw it, they shouted for joy and fell face down.
What?
Yeah. 9:24. You're Leviticus 1. You got it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. Okay.
I mean, like, by all means, double check some of the things I'm telling you are repeats, because, you know, I'm not against being fact checked.
yeah, but the fact checking
I'm
isn't
not
always
the Bible.
isn't always fun. I am the Bible. I am become one with the book. 7 is supposed to be. Oh, that's what I wanted to fact check was the repetition.
Yeah.
And 7 starts with, "Here are the instructions concerning the most holy offering for guilt." Like it's just right up top. It's just, remember that thing I said?
Yeah. Here it is again.
One more time, just
And
for the people in the back.
In all seriousness, like, in a world where this is real,
Where this is real.
it makes sense that you would repeat it.
Yeah, it's
Because,
important.
like, we're talking about the creator of the universe is telling you how he wants things done. Whether he's unreasonable or not, whether you like it or not, this is how he wants things fucking done.
Yeah.
And he's taken a motherfucker before.
And if you want to, so many times.
So, I can
And if this is the way you
understand-
want to live, yeah.
Like, this is, in my mind, I can see this being Adam Sandler grabbing the fat kid and Billy Madison just, like, shaking his head, just like, "Seriously, fucking do it this way, goddammit." Because it's fucking serious.
It's important.
If it's real, it's serious.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I get it. It's...
Man, how crazy would that be? Like, not even kidding. If God just showed up.
Yeah.
Like.
Are you saying, like, modern day, like, he just kind of comes, like, 2 through, he's just like, you guys have not sacrificed many rams to me. It's been a minute.
I leave you guys alone for 2 millennia, and then there's just no rams being sacrificed anymore. You guys have moved past. I thought you loved me.
Well, because we read your book, there's a part where it says we don't have to do that anymore because you sent your son. He was supposed to.
Oh, is that what they wrote?
Yeah.
Okay, so that technically that is right.
Okay.
But do you remember earlier when like people were burning stuff and like I loved it?
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
It did seem weird to us.
Yeah, sure.
That you were just like, this thing that I love, I just don't want you to do it anymore.
Yeah, you know why it seems weird? Because you're not a god, so.
No, but I'm saying like, you're specifically saying that you didn't want us to stop, so it seemed weird to us that it seemed like you wanted us to stop. Like we're getting mixed messages, I guess is what I'm saying.
Are you questioning me?
No,
Are you?
I don't-
Are you saying?
no,
Are you saying?
no, can
Look at you! You read the book.
I tried.
You would need to
It
kill a lot of things.
Let's go.
Some of them are going to be people. No, I totally get that though. Like, yeah, this, like you said, this is a municipal code.
Yeah.
This is the fucking OSHA. So they're gonna have to repeat it. It's gonna be on the wall in literally
Right.
any building that has employees. It's important.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now we're at 9. What are we doing now?
We just finished 9, but I do not want you to turn to 10 yet.
Okay.
924 is fire came out of the presence of the Lord.
And I'm gonna
and
try
burned
to.
up,
Okay, so 10's there. I see where 10 is. I'm gonna try to just look at 924. Fire came from the Lord, consumed the burnt offering, and fat on the altar. When the people saw it, they shouted and fell flat upon the ground before the Lord. They just couldn't contain themselves.
Couldn't handle how dope it was.
Try not to look at 10. I'm not looking at 10.
Well, I'll just tell you. I'll tell you the story really quick. So I don't know when it happens. The book, my little notes in my study Bible refer to God's presence as the glory cloud. Very frequently, it's my favorite.
That's so fun. I like that. I like that. If this is real, call it what you want.
Yeah.
Put some nice little things on it.
So 2 of Aaron's sons fuck up and God sets them on fire.
Now that we got all those rules out of the way, what'd they do?
I'm going to be honest with you.
What they do?
The way the book describes it is very unclear. Basically, they make a mistake.
Okay, then I guess it's not important.
Yeah, I mean, later on, it seems like they were drunk, and that's why they made a mistake. Like, they didn't treat something as it should have been treated. Like, it was not treated as holy when it should have been. So,
Okay.
I'll read you the exact phrase just so you kind of get an idea of what I mean by this. But it's just a very confusing phrasing. Mm-hmm. Aaron's sons Nadab and Abihu put coals of fire in their incense burners. Oh, wow. I didn't read this one. I read the other one. Okay, that's actually... Okay, here we go. Here we go. Take 2. Aaron's sons Nadab and Abihu put coals of fire in their incense burners and sprinkled incense over it. In this way they disobeyed the Lord by burning before him a different kind of fire than he had commanded. So fires blazed forth from the Lord's presence and burned them up. You remember when it gave you the super nice sounding recipe for incense and it was like, I swear to fucking God if you use this?
They did the cinnamon incense with like 4 ingredients, and you're not allowed to mix those 4 ingredients ever, otherwise God's gonna kill you.
Yeah, and then he killed him.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, any consistency in this book
So
is nice.
Moses grabs their cousins, a couple of their cousins, says, hey, I need you to take these bodies and dump them outside the camp. And the book specifically calls out that they move the bodies while they're still wearing their ceremonial robes. So that's nice. Moses pulls Aaron aside and he's like, hey, listen, man. God told me it's not cool if you mourn the deaths of your kids. If you do mourn the deaths of your kids, then you're going to die and God will hate all the Israelites.
He already hates the Israelites.
Rest of the Israelites are allowed to mourn the death of the kids, but you can't. Also, you can't leave the entrance to the tent because you have holy oil on you and you'll die if you leave. And then God comes down and he's like, hey, Aaron, so going forward, you and your kids are not allowed to drink wine when you make sacrifices to me. You're still my priests. But no wine. If you drink wine or fermented drink before you go to the tent, you'll die.
There should be some other consequence other than just immediate death.
Yeah, you think so. Also, I don't like that it's like, you'll die. Let's call it what it is. You will be set on fucking fire.
Let's put all the mystery behind us. I'm going to just set you on fire.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna set your set your body burning up for my fire. Ah, my fire, help me!
Don't fuck up. The weird thing too is at the end of this whole story, it specifically says you need to be sober so that you can tell the difference between clean and unclean, holy and unholy.
Yeah.
Which is a perfectly reasonable thing. And as far as I can tell, this society has existed for a day. So, like, maybe tell people the fuck is up before you start setting people on fire.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Actually, there's two things.
Yeah. Are you drunk?
Number one thing, I'm God. I'm not drunk. I'm God. Number one thing
No.
is people learn quicker with vinegar than fire. You catch more honeys being fly than being salty. Number one, okay? So if I set people on fire, they learn the rules quicker because there's people on fire, and they see that, they see, oh, I did the cool incense recipe that he gave, and then dead, right? So you hear what I'm saying? You hear what? Look at me. I'm God. I'm God. Look at me. Look at me. I'm God. You got it.
I got it.
Number two thing.
This hurts. Right. Yeah.
This is the second thing. This is gonna be a second thing.
Right.
I really, really like setting people on fire.
Okay, that's a new one.
That's new. Is that surprising to you? You see me? I got fire. I got magic. Want to see my magic tricks?
No.
I will ruin an entire nation just to show like 7 or 8 magic tricks.
Done that.
Yeah.
We were there.
That was you guys?
Yeah.
Wow. You saw that?
Yeah.
That was like... Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
No. No, all of that was bad.
What?
All of it was bad.
Not all of it.
All of it.
No, it was pretty cool.
Do you remember the part when we had to stay inside our houses because you had such a huge murder boner? You might have killed us if we accidentally went outside when we were killing other people.
I'm going to be quite
That was
honest.
very stressful.
I don't remember that at all. I did that?
Uh-huh.
Well, in all fairness, you got to stay inside because I don't know what you look like.
It's so much.
So, like, you got to... You see what I'm saying? You get it, right?
Yeah.
So the fire thing...
Right, the fire, we go on fire if, yeah.
Yeah, so you just don't do it.
Okay.
Now you know the rules. You know why? Because I set those guys on fire. So...
Oh, God, I feel like if you just told us the rules, we gotta know that.
Just tell you the what?
So Moses goes to Aaron and he's like, hey, don't forget that you're allowed to eat the meat from the sacrifice.
He has to. Yeah.
And then Moses finds out that Aaron didn't eat the meat from the sacrifice, and he pulls him aside.
Whoa.
Fuck. And Aaron's like, motherfucker, it's been a rough one.
Where's
They
that?
cut me some fucking slack.
Where's
And Moses
that
is
at?
like, yeah, that makes sense. True.
I want to see that interaction.
Chapter 10. You're not allowed to see these notes. They're hilarious.
Oh no. The notes are everywhere now.
Ten 17.
Up. Why haven't you eaten the sin offering in the sanctuary? It said, since it is most holy and God has given it to you to take away the iniquity, the guilt of the people, to make atonement for them before the Lord, he demanded. Since his blood was not taken inside the sanctuary, you should certainly have eaten it there as I ordered you. But Aaron interceded with Moses. They offered their sin offering and burnt offering before the Lord, he said. But if I had eaten the sin offering on such a day as this, would it have pleased the Lord? Yeah. When Moses heard that, he was satisfied.
Yeah.
Dude, give me a fucking break, all right? Moses goes, my bad.
Yeah. I did. I kind of came at you a little bit hot on a rough day. That's on me, and I'm sorry for that.